Hey, it's Johnny the Coach here, back at you. What I'm going to start today is what I'm calling, right now at least, Third Thursdays. Third Thursday of the month, I'm going to use a little time to rant about something, to talk about something that I find ridiculous that people are doing, and to maybe coach to have people not be doing these things. And I'm going to start with one of the biggies for me. I mean, there's plenty of things in grammar that I'm going to be talking about down the road, most likely. But right now, I'm going to talk about gratuitous hand movement. That's what I call it. It seems like every speaker nowadays is supposed to be using their hands, you know? It's like move your hands around while you talk. It's supposed to like entertain or something. I don't know. Dudes, you're not puppeteers. Stop it. Look, I have Mediterranean blood. I move my hands naturally, but it's certainly not as much as people are doing on YouTube and other speaking engagements nowadays. People have been taught this, which is really what annoys me the most. I went to a top business school several years ago, and I think it was about 6 years ago, maybe 7, that I decided, they send out invitations periodically to these seminars that they would do, and they did a Zoom seminar on speaking at one point. And I thought, hey, that'd be cool. I'd like to see what they have to say about this. And the professor that was speaking started by saying, move your hands around. And I just thought, you got to be kidding me. And I shut it off. I was like, I don't want to listen to a guy that has something silly to say like that. I was taught, all right, this all goes back to the 80s. I was taught back in the 80s as a litigator, don't move your hands around so much because it's distracting. People aren't going to be paying as much attention to you and what you're saying if they're watching your hands bouncing around. And it was bad enough with my Mediterranean hand movement, all right? My hands are moving as I speak right now. You're not seeing it because they're lower. But periodically I'll do that, but that's something that's natural that comes as part of it's my body being a part of what I'm saying. It's my body being a part of the speech. And that, I think, is a whole different story than just move your hands around. It's going to be more interesting because, hey, if you're moving your hands around, you're entertaining people. No, you're distracting people. You're taking away from your message. And so I'm going to go back to the 80s again because I think this is where this all began. Back in the 80s when ESPN started up, ESPN ended up hiring a retired football player. He was a star to be a commentator on their show. And he was sitting behind a desk and they were asking him questions about what went on in the game. And he would just be moving his hands like this. Every time he spoke, he'd just be bouncing his hands around. And all of us just laughed. I mean, we were like, he's cool. I like seeing him. He really isn't saying anything that we don't already know. And why is he moving his hands around like that? I mean, it's just silly. But I think that's where all this stuff must have began. However, it took decades for it to really take hold. And now it's at the top levels of education in the United States, apparently. Why? I don't know. Any professor should know that if you're just moving your hands around gratuitously, you're taking away from your message. You're distracting your students. Why would you want to do that? You want to have your body in coordination with what you're saying and your voice and your presentation. It makes no sense to just be moving your hands around just to move your hands around. Your body will work with your speech. So that's basically what I wanted to talk about today. Stop the gratuitous hand movement. Go with natural hand movement, natural body movement to show your comfort in speaking and talking about what you're talking about. You're showing discomfort by forcing your body to do things that it's not wanting to do. It's not inclined to do. So that's my point for today. I'm going to stop it right there. I wish you the best week ever. And take care. Johnny the Coach signing off. Bye.